New York Yankees legend Derek Jeter was just elected to the Hall of Fame. And a major reason why Jeter has been so successful in every aspect of his life is because his parents made him write down his goals every single year, starting at the age of 9 years old. And this was actually a yearly contract that his parents made him put on his wall. And I've done this with my kids as well, and the results are great. But what we have to do is we need to write down our goals and update them often. And if you do this, then the chances of us materially achieving our dreams rises materially. And most of your competitors won't bother doing this, I promise you. Now, in 1953, before I was born, a little bit before I was born, there was a famous study conducted at Yale University. And the graduating class was asked if they had written down their goals. And only 3% had written down their goals. Then what happened was 20 years later, in 1973, 1 year after I was born, 20 years later in 1973, a poll was taken, and the graduating students from the class of 1953 were asked what their net worth is. And the net worth of the 3% that wrote down their goals was greater than the other 97% combined. So write down your goals in your smartphone's calendar, okay, in this thing here, and make that goal repeated daily. And you can make it a private one as well so nobody sees it. But that's what I do. It repeats daily. And tell your friends or family members what your long-term goals are, so it kind of forces you to work towards them and makes you think of your goals often. And it puts pressure on you, and I say it with love in my heart, to get it done. And you can consider writing down your goals on paper, and then what you can do is you can put them in a sealed and stamped envelope with your address on the envelope. And then you can give the envelope to a buddy or a family member and tell them to please mail the letter in 6 months or 1 year. And what I want you to do is, I want you to think of the most ambitious goal you can achieve in your life. And I don't want you to ask yourself if it is achievable. Of course it is. Rather, I want you to ask yourself, what do you need to accomplish, okay, to get to that goal, in order to make that goal reality? And you can make a rudimentary gap analysis, okay, and just focus on filling the gap, meaning what you need to accomplish in order to make this goal a reality. And when you first think of an incredibly ambitious goal, you're so fired up and you're excited to start the journey. And before you start the journey, you can clearly see the top of the mountain, which is kind of a metaphor for the goal. There's my goal. I'm excited, man. And then once you embark upon the journey, you're full of energy. You're walking towards it. You're excited. As with each step, you get closer and closer to your goal. Oh, the top of the mountain's becoming bigger now. I'm getting closer. Then much later in the journey, what happens is this, quite often. You become frustrated as you can no longer see the top of the mountain. Where's my goal, man? And as a result, what happens is your pace deviates a bit, and perhaps it's slower than it once was. Where's my goal, man? And you wonder, what happened to my goal? Why can't I see the top of the mountain anymore? Well, the reason is simple. The reason is that you're halfway up the mountain and you just can't see the top of the mountain. But rest assured, your goal is within reach. Finish what you started and be long-term greedy and reap the rewards. And I want you to set a goal so big that you can't achieve it until you become the person that actually can achieve it. And update your goals often. And I promise you that you will wake up one day and realize that you accomplished all of your goals and much, much more. And this is the secret of Derek Jeter's success. Now, we often overestimate what we can accomplish in a year, but we massively underestimate what we can accomplish in a decade. So please write down your short and long-term goals and watch your career take off.